There are all sorts of ways of looking into the future. You can get a group of experts together and have them tossing ideas backwards and forwards. You can make sketches on models. You can get a computer to go through a sort of crystal ball routine. But only very rarely, certainly in my experience, can we actually build a full-size, living, breathing, moving slice of tomorrow. Those who don't think much of it call it the big bug or worse. Its designers talk about a three-dimensional think piece to jolt the trucking industry out of a rut. Although, interestingly enough, they decided right from the start to keep the diesel engine because they argue it's far more flexible, far more efficient than engines like gas turbines. What they've come up with is essentially a cab for long-haul work. It can't be converted into, say, a delivery cab or used on a tipper or a garbage van. It's also a cab essentially to be kept moving. The argument being that by the year 2001, these things will be so costly, they can't afford to sit on the side of the road while the driver sleeps. When the driver's finished his stint, he'll get out, be replaced by another man who'll keep the cab moving. The design team concentrated on four main areas. They were economy, safety, greater all-round productivity, and that seemingly insoluble problem for designers, better comfort for the driver. And this amazing space-age frontier is all about the first of them, economy. It's all about reducing the drag caused by the truck at high speed. And the big cow at the top is to cut down the turbulence and the drag over the front of the container. In fact, when they put this design through a wind tunnel, it produced very much the same results as a high-performance sports car. Overall, it means something like a 25% reduction in fuel usage. That's 5,000 or 6,000 gallons less of diesel a year. And for any fleet owner, that's got to mean saving a lot of pennies. As for safety, well, after analysing several thousand accidents, it seems the main problem's about here. In a front head-on collision, the driver is pinned by the legs. So in this cab, they've given the driver an ejection seat, or rather, an ejection capsule. If there is a collision, the whole cab unit is forced sharply backwards up an angled ramp. It only travels a metre or so, but it's enough to clear the driver's legs from the point of impact. And all the services, of course, the hydraulics and brakes, remain connected. Mind you, it doesn't entirely solve the problem. There's still all this glass for a driver to come hurtling through. So they've given him a tough lap and shoulder harness, and there's an inflatable airbag here which should blow up on impact and get between the driver and the steering wheel here to stop any chest injuries. In many ways, the inside of this cab is as radical as the outside. Instruments, for example, well, they've almost done away with them. The argument being that when a truck is travelling at 60 miles an hour, even a 1 or 2 second glance at the instruments means the truck has travelled 60 or 70 yards, and a lot can happen in that sort of distance. So in this cab, the driver is expected to keep his eyes on the road, and only when something goes wrong does he get a warning indicator from this battery of instruments just above his eye line. Speed? Well, he gets an audible warning for that. He dials into this control over here the speed he intends to travel at, say 60 miles an hour. When he travels faster than that, he gets a low warning note, and it gradually gets louder as he travels faster. What else is there? Well, there are no rear-view mirrors in this cab. Instead, there are a couple of television cameras at the top of the cab pointing backwards. You can see what's on the road behind him on this television screen. One on the other side as well. Now, for my money, that's really misplaced ingenuity. Last, but by no means least, there's this problem of driver comfort. Now, no design has really solved the problem of drivers coming in all different shapes and sizes. I don't think they have here either. Basically, they divided the seat into 3 main sections, the under the bottom bit, the backrest, and the neck and headrest. And you're supposed to juggle the sections until they fit your particular body. Well, all I can say is it takes quite a bit of juggling. The visibility, well, that's absolutely fantastic. I now know what goldfish truck drivers feel like. Although I bet in summer in here it could be, well, as hot as Hades, even though they have given him a powerful air conditioning unit. Altogether then, the big bug is a blend of fantasy, some good ideas, others rather mediocre. But then it isn't intended to be an answer, much more a truckload of questions. An attempt to get the big truck makers to think radically rather than cosmetically. And as that, it certainly works. Wherever it appears, operators, drivers, designers first gape in amazement and then start arguing over it. Like it or lump it, the big bug is certainly different.